It's the Murphy's Law Podcast.
Hey, it's Thursday. You gotta love Thursday. It's the last day of April, guys. We are almost to May, and that is a good thing. So, we're gonna jump into the agenda because we got a couple things to do today.
Agenda review.
You may be thinking to yourself, Mr. Murphy, all we gotta do is comment in Parlay, but no, that is not all you have to do. You need to also make sure that you have answered the questions to the Kipling poem in Common Lit. And if you watch the tutorial, you get a little bit of a hint on how to respond to the questions and possible bonus points. But you also need to be jumping into Parlay. Parlay every single day. So let's take a look at some Parlay responses that we've had so far. Now notice how people are posting the image at the top of their Parlay discussion. They are picking a side, and that's what we want. Pick a side. You can't be on the fence. You can't be, well, yeah, but no. No, you gotta pick a side. And I have gone ahead and selected some responses as a model submission so you can kind of see what types of responses we want to see. Now, today and tomorrow are important days because you need to be jumping in and having that conversation. And if you were a yes, you would probably be looking at this one and be like, well, but what about this? And have you thought about this? And then, if I am Leonardo here and not the Ninja Turtle, I would need to go in and I would respond to the people commenting to me. So, and remember, the more specific and detailed you are, the better off your responses. And this is an opportunity to get bonus points here as we are finishing the last few weeks. So make sure you're jumping in and having that conversation. All right? Tomorrow's podcast, we're going to look at people who have jumped back in and responded to people responding to them, because we want that conversation to continue. All right? So make sure you're jumping into Parlay and continuing that conversation. I think we have winners for Trivia Tuesday as well. Let's take a look.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Trivia Tuesday, if you remember, it was the canon law of 1983, and would a Catholic man be allowed to marry his widowed sister? And here is the rub. As Michaela points out, and she pointed it out at 8:11 a.m. No, because the guy is dead, because it's his widow. So, which is the correct response, and I love the variety of responses, though, that you guys came up with. I mean, some people were like, no, because it's disgusting. And some people were thrown off by the Catholic part of it, and they're like, wait a minute, no, not in the Catholic Church. And so the creative responses were a joy to read. So thank you for that. But Michaela gets the winner chicken dinner trophy, and now we're going to Thursday Thoughts.
Thursday Thoughts.
Here's what I need you guys to think about. So, The Outsiders takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is a bigger city compared to most places. And now what I need you to think about is how might it be different in a different city? So think, if you want to take it to a city, think about like New York City or San Francisco or LA, all right? And think about the greasers and socias and how that might look different in a different city. Or maybe it takes place in a rural town and not so much in a city. How might that be different? So you can choose either or, and you basically just need to explain how the setting would then change the premise of the story. Or maybe it wouldn't. And maybe instead of greasers and socias, it would be something else. So that's your Thursday Thoughts. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Other than that, that's all we got. So I need you guys to jump into Parlay, continue having that conversation, and we'll see you tomorrow, which is Friday. Catch you on the flippity flip.